Hey everybody, I'm here once again with the great Duncan Jones. I just got done talking to Vera Farmiga and she was singing your praises. Everybody's singing your praises. I mean, it's got to be fun bringing this thing to South by Southwest and premiering it for like that huge crowd last night. My God.
We had a good crowd. I mean, it was kind of strange. We had our line around the block, and then our iPad 2 had their line around the block.
You were competing, weren't you? Yeah. Did you have some iPad 2s in the theater? It's like, we got them here too.
I hope no, man. We did not yet. Maybe we'll get one.
I would imagine at this point, because with Moon, it was one of those movies that kind of snuck up on a lot of people, but now it's like people know to look out for you. So when you go to a screening like this and everybody's there and everybody's enthusiastic and they're just eating it up, it's got to be a whole new experience, I would imagine.
It's terrifying. Obviously the premiere of I've only done 2 films, but the first premiere, it's just so exciting and overwhelming. You just get into it. Yeah. This one, there is the little bit of a concern. It's like, oh my God, I hope it goes well. I hope people like it as much as certain people liked Moon. But we had a great reception, and this is just the place that you want to show a film like this.
Sure, absolutely. And I saw nonstop tweets last night, and they were all very positive. Very positive tweets. That's also got to be, because I know you're a big Twitter guy.
I am.
So I'm sure you're seeing that as well.
It's good.
Tweets
my people were behind me. No, it was great, and we actually snuck out of the movie halfway through because I got too nervous, and came back for the Q&A afterwards, and to come back and see that the crowd enjoyed it. It was a great feeling. And
was that the first time that the cast got to see the film in its entirety?
I think some of the cast, yeah. I think it may have been the first time for Michelle Monaghan, and possibly for Vera as well. So no, it was lovely to have them actually see it and enjoy it and come up on stage, and we had a great time afterwards.
Yeah. Do you go from here? Do you go to any other festivals, or is it really just kind of waiting for the release date?
It's just it's release date, lots of press. So I'll be traveling the country a lot, but I don't think we do any more festivals. I think this was really the big one. We wanted to premiere it here, and then I think it's all about building up to April 1st when the film comes out.
Right. Now, when we talked a couple days ago, I didn't get a chance to bring it up to you, but comic books. Are you a comic book fan? Like, what are some of the comic books that are really wowing you right now?
Well, I used to be more than I am now. To be honest, I was brought up on British comic books, so we have our like heavy metal equivalent, which is 2000 AD, and I was brought up on all the characters from that, Judge Dredd and Halo Jones and Slane, characters you've probably never heard of over here, but they were a big deal for Brits.
And what about maybe doing a comic book movie? Is that something that interests you?
Well, I did. I was offered a couple. I did. I turned down Judge Dredd just because I had such a strong idea of what I wanted to do, and I was on the list for Superman, but obviously they got a good director for that. They got the right guy.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah. Well, I like his films. I think visually they're absolutely stunning. So I think Superman will look incredible, and hopefully I'm sure they'll get the script right. I think Chris Nolan's an executive producer on it, so I'm sure it'll turn out great.
Well, let me ask you this: if there was a comic book character that you could adapt for a movie, what would it be? Like, is there one in mind?
The trick is, like I said, for me, I was brought up on the British ones, so I know British ones who I think would be fantastic, and it's really if you're going to do a movie based on a comic book character that no one's heard of, how do you make that work? Is it possible, even just to get it financed in the first place? So I think that's the trick, to see if it's possible.
Yeah, Source Code is a film that I think sets itself up very nicely for the idea of there being sequels and things like that. Is that something that is on your radar, or do you think I've said what I want to say, I want to move on, maybe let somebody else take a crack at that?
We'll see how it goes. I mean, I think the film itself, I'm very satisfied with. I think it works well, and I think the audience comes out of it entertained. I know I have projects that I want to do. I have projects I want to do beyond Source Code. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to obviously keep pushing for the things I'm passionate about trying to make.
Duncan, I can't tell you, man. It's such a thrill to finally get a chance to talk to you one-on-one, and 2 for 2, man.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.